have decided in 2020 to run for president.
Hey guys, what's happening and welcome back to our channel. Did you vote for Kanye in the 2020 presidential elections? Was that all just a marketing ploy, or is there something much darker going on? Pulling back the curtains, taking a deeper look into Kanye's life, and looking at everything leading up to this point, the answer becomes clear. Are you curious to find out the real deal with this infamous rapper? Head on in and find out if it is marketing or mental illness. The story of Kanye West. Growing up in a middle-class family, much of Kanye's time as a young child revolved around his mother. His father was a former Black Panther and later a photojournalist, but he left the scene when Kanye just turned 3 years old. Despite this, Kanye experienced a fairly trouble-free upbringing. His mother's love towards him more than made up for his father's absence. He was interested in pursuing music from a young age, and his mother supported him as best as she could, paying for studio rentals to help him practice sampling beats. Kanye, at the age of 13, started learning the tools of the trade. Destined on the path of success, Kanye found career success following his dropout from college, where he took up producing. Taking up employment as a producer for Rockefeller Records, Kanye began crafting up songs for big-name artists like Janet Jackson, Alicia Keys, and even Jay-Z. But deep down, Kanye always wanted to pursue his real dream as a rapper. He found it almost impossible to break in the business despite his connections. Inspired by a near-fatal car accident that resulted in his jaw being wired shut, Kanye went to the studio and began the recording process of College Dropout. His first album dropped in 2004 and it was a commercial success. With that success came out a new side of Kanye that no one had really seen before. He was nominated for an American Music Award for the success of his debut album. He stormed out of the auditorium when he found out he had lost to Gretchen Wilson's Redneck Woman for the Best New Artist Award. He couldn't believe his luck having lost to Redneck Woman. Many artists ironically thought that this would end his career. Kanye later told the reporters that he wrongly lost, saying, "I felt like I was definitely robbed, and I refused to give any politically correct comment. I was the best new artist this year. This was the first time the world got to see Kanye's ego on full display, and it was definitely not the last." Releasing another album late registration a year from his first, Kanye didn't even get a week after the release when he took the nation by storm. Speaking at a benefit concert for Hurricane Katrina victims in 2005, Kanye was featured alongside actor Mike Myers as a featured speaker, and he decided to deviate from the script. He went on a weird, unrehearsed rant about the victims of Katrina and didn't really make any momentous points. As Myers finished the script, Kanye came back with one last statement that would go on to be remembered forever. He said, "George Bush doesn't care about black people at the time." Kanye might not have realized it yet, but he had become a legend. With this moment instantly going viral for a brief moment in time, everyone was talking about Kanye West. The question has to be asked, was this the moment Kanye realized the power of controversy for marketing? More success was to come for Kanye as 2 years later, he released his much recognized album Graduation. It beat Rap King and 50 Cent in album sales. The 2007 release of Graduation remains to be one of the most defining rap moments of the 2000s era. The same year also went on to be one of the worst years for him. In the midst of all the success he had, a tragedy struck that would change him forever. He lost his mother at the hands of a botched cosmetic surgery. After this, Kanye became even more unhinged than previously seen. He ended his engagement with his fiancée Alexis, with whom he'd been in a romantic relationship since 2002. For all intents and purposes, Kanye's controversies began to go to a whole other level. Even during his success, Kanye's relationship with his mother only grew stronger. She was his manager at one time too, making appearances at every award show and concert he held. He felt extremely heavy after this tragedy, and he let this baggage off him through his work. He released the album 808 and Heartbreak in 2008. The next controversy just loomed around the corner. By 2009, he had become a staple in the rap game. He was achieving record-high recognition, and it was the time someone could seriously harm him. He went all in the 2009 Music Video Awards, but a 20-year-old Taylor Swift was triumphant this time. She was interrupted by Kanye as soon as she started her speech on the stage. He took the mic from Swift and said that he was happy that she had won, but it should have been Beyoncé who won. As he stepped off the stage, Kanye was booed at, and he was then escorted off the premises. Needless to say, the scene brought a whole lot of hate towards Kanye, which resulted in the cancellation of his shows that year. He traveled around the world absent from music. After the brief hiatus, Kanye reappeared in 2010 in an interview with Ellen. She asked him about the Swift incident, to which he replied, "It's a pretty bugged out story. I literally left America. I stopped doing music altogether. I just took some time off." He continued to explain how he relocated to different countries and states within the US to stay away from the paparazzi. Upon arrival, Kanye managed to stay out of the limelight for some time. It was at this time that Kanye started seeing Kim Kardashian after a record 72-day marriage with NBA star Kris Humphries. It could be said that Kanye's controversy management was because of Kim. Keeping aside minor feuds, Kanye's career between 2011 and 2015 seemed to be a golden age for fans, but this didn't last forever. In 2016, his life took an unfortunate twist. Postponing several dates from his Life of Pablo tour in the wake of Kim's robbery in Paris, France, Kanye returned only to go off on political rants. While people thought Kanye was back to his old self, they were wrong. He was admitted for a psychiatric observation by the UCLA Medical Center after allegedly getting into a brawl with a gym worker. He fell into a temporary psychosis on a Thanksgiving weekend. Chalking it up to sleep deprivation and lack of hydration, he went on an 11-month break from the public. He came out with a bipolar diagnosis at age 39. It was then the public started joining dots from the past. Although he took his statement back saying it was a false diagnosis, things had become pretty clear. So, it indeed is a mental illness that West is suffering from. Do give us your thoughts on Kanye's bumpy career in the comments section below. And while you're at it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And with that, I'll be catching you guys later in another video. Bye now!